the keyboard is like shifted on this thing, so I gotta get used to it. Episode list. Yeah, so Gargoyles, 3 seasons. First season, 13 episodes. Second season, 52. 52. So that's why it seemed like a longer episode or longer series than it was. But then season 3, I believe, was the Goliath Chronicles. This was when the show went to ABC. 13 episodes. And when it goes to ABC, it's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. They had Creativity from the Future. Good to see you. They had like Sonic the Hedgehog on there. They had this show. God, I can't remember what was on Saturday morning ABC at that time period. But this, it got the death time slot. It got the 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. on a Saturday time slot. And it sucked. Knew it was a wrap at that point. Knew it was a wrap. Yeah, they like changed the intro on it to this 3D trash. Which at first you're like, oh, it's cool. It's like realistic. It just didn't hit the same. Oh, that's the outro there. Yeah, the Goliath Chronicles. It just wasn't as good. At that point, it just was not as good. But season 2, the Wolf Pack, when they introduced the clan, like that's the shit. Again, long form storytelling. And then they, because you're at a certain point, you're like, all right, all these shows are pretty locked in to their cities, right? Spider-Man, pretty much all the episodes are in Manhattan. X-Men, they jump around a little bit, but the set pieces look kind of the same. And Gargoyles, they get to the point where Goliath, Angela, and Bronx almost... The only thing I could tie it to, Dave's in the house. The only thing I can tie it to is they pull a quantum leap where they get on a boat that goes into a mist, and every time the mist clears, they're in a new time period, new city. And it's dope. It is dope. What they end up doing at a certain point, they end up in the same, like, I don't know, like 50 years or so, like after when they got turned to stone. And he ends up finding his daughter, Angela. And then Angela leaves with them. And that's how she gets brought into the show. And then eventually that raft, the boat, it ends up pulling up to Manhattan. And he's all like, and Bronx is like, and they're just like, oh my God, we're back. But the entire time they're like, not only just time traveling and stuff, but they're running into like Odin and all these other mythological, like, not just creatures, but like story people, like Greek gods. That's when they introduced the shit with like Macbeth and Demona being linked together. And that's why they've, even though like she's aged and he was younger, they like switch bodies because of the witches, the same witches that like corrupted King Arthur and Merlin. Like, fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Long form arcs were introduced by Gargoyles and Spider-Man. Yeah, no one else did it like that. No one else. Yo, I lightly remember this. They went to Hercules. Yeah. Like Hercules, the Legendary Journeys. It was so good. And then, oh my God. I just remembered this too. There was the, what was his face? Xanatos assistant. I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this. So then this guy, he was the assistant to Xanatos, played by William Riker. The entire show. And then at a certain point, they fucking reveal that it was like the wizard Puck the whole time. That was Owen. Like, Owen wasn't freaking normal. It wasn't a human being. He was also like pulling strings behind the scenes, making shit happen. It's fucking crazy. As a kid, you're like, what? Yeah. You're like, holy shit. It was great. Yeah, and then Xanatos had a kid. He knocked up the chick from the wolf pack. Oh, that was Data? I didn't even know that was Data. That's crazy. This entire show was just Star Trek people. The entire show. Yeah. Crazy. I didn't even realize Janeway was in it. Aurora? I always fuck up that name. She was in it. Man. It's wild. This guy, oh my God, this guy, freaking legendary voice right there. Oh man. Yeah. So good. So that's what I'm saying. You know, like Gargoyles is an example. And when you think back to Spider-Man and X-Men and all those cartoons, they didn't have a lot of groundwork to work off of. They were kind of like their own thing at that point in time. And in Gargoyles, like, I remember the first episode happened and I was like, this is cool. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I'll keep watching it. And then it just turned into amazing. It just turned into just like something amazing. And I think it's time for that again. Like, maybe instead of another Spider-Man 95 or Gargoyles 2025, you know, it's time to try something different. New characters, new show, you know, just do its own thing, you know. Oh, here you go. Full lists here. Where's that picture at? It's gone. That was a good picture. Just had everybody. Let's see. What's up, Nick? Good to see you. Oh, glad you got your figures. There you go. Love that. Where the hell? All these thumbnails are freaking lying. All lying, but you kind of see it's a little blurry. That's who they were. So yeah, I'm ready for a new. I'm ready for another cartoon, and you know, X-Men 97. Another thing it just does is it pushes that line of like not being too kiddie, being for adults, also for kids. You can kind of go either way, and I'm ready for some other shows that are like that. That'd be great. But shout out to Bo. Shout out to Bo.